Spoilers if you haven't seen either of these movies. With that said, don't scream at me in the comments if I ruin something. Now, let's get started. First, The Ugly Stepsister. If you know the Cinderella story, you kind of know what this one will be about. But instead of Cinderella being the focus, it's the ugly stepsister. And she goes through absolute hell to become who she is by the end of the movie. Nice twists and turns here and there throughout the film. And there was some good gore too. I don't recall seeing buckets of it, but when it was needed, it was effectively used. Toe scene, I'm looking at you. No flaws in the acting department. Everyone did a great job in their roles. Score was one of its biggest strengths. Fit every scene nicely. And the body horror stuff was another big strength. Like I mentioned before, the toe scene. But there were a few other ones. The little eye, stitching the eyelashes on. Oh man, I was squirming with that one. Like I said, there's enough to make you sweat and do a little sideways, little kind of thing when you're watching it. Location and setting and costumes, they nailed that. Film looked amazing. Directing was top notch. Good use of lighting and colors and filming locations. Really did enjoy The Ugly Stepsister. It's on Shudder as of 5/26/2025. So go check it out if you're watching this close to that date. All right, here's the haiku. All right, Hard Eyes. Let's get into it. It's a traditional slasher movie storyline that so many have done before, but this one did it better than most. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Probably going to be on a top 10 list for the end of the year for me. I really did like this movie a lot. But I'm a big slasher movie fan and kind of a gore hound, or I used to be a bigger gore hound. I've lost a little bit of my gore houndedness over the years, but it's very gory. There are a lot of good, just solid kills in this movie. I didn't expect so many kills. I didn't expect the kills to be this brutal. I was not. I was thinking it's going to be more like an I Don't Know What You Did Last Summer kind of thing, where the kills are going to be in that vein. Not so much so bloody, but it was really bloody. I mean, that opening scene with the wine press and her getting stuck inside, and there are a few other ones throughout the back half that were just like, wow, this movie brought the gore. Let's see, no flaws in the acting department. Everyone did a great job in their roles. Better than what most slasher movies need or really deserve. I mean, you could pull the actors out of this movie and put them in a traditional movie and they would have been flawless. They were really great in their roles. I'm trying to skim through my notes here. And I go on to say, if I had to pick one thing that's a true standout in this movie, you know what? Before I get to that, I didn't mention directing, which is really top notch. Story and script really worked well. I like the way they weave the romantic love stories among the bloodiness and the slasherness of this movie. But back to that thing that really worked probably the best for me in this entire movie. My hands are like all over the place. I'm the puppet master over here. Puppet master. I do enjoy Puppet Master. If I had to pick one thing that is a standout in this movie, a true standout, the killer. And if you don't get the killer right in most slasher movies, all the other stuff just falls by the wayside, because you can ignore bad acting, moderate to bad effects. If you get the killer right, you can overcome a lot of stuff. And this movie didn't really need to get the killer right to overcome a lot of stuff, because it had a lot of great stuff beyond the killer. But they threw in a really amazing killer and villain in this movie. Notes say one of the best I've seen in a while. I hope this becomes a franchise, which I don't think it will, unfortunately. You know, you get, what is that movie? I can't think of the movie off the top of my head. The Silence movie that's gotten like 3 movies already from it. I'm like, you don't need a franchise out of that one, but you need a franchise out of this one. I'll either put it on the screen or I'll remember it towards the end of the video. The killer just looked great in this movie. Costume was amazing. The mask with the 2 heart eyes fit the theme of the movie so well. weapons of choice. I like the Cupid's killer arrows he was using and the crossbow. It's a good choice for a Valentine-esque kind of killer, to using arrows. I really liked the way they did that. The infrared vision from the hard eyes that's one of my favorite moments in the movie, seeing that in that police scene with the infrared vision. So good. Problem is, as a killer, if you have infrared vision, you can't really hide and jump out on somebody when you got those eyes turned on, because they'll see you coming. But it looked really, really cool. What else? A couple more things to mention. It says in my notes, opening of the movie reminded me of the opening scene in The Prowler, a movie I'd like to cover eventually on the channel. And the church at the end, the outside of it, the facade looked like the opening building they used in the original Prom night from the early 80s. And the interior of the church, man, was giving me serious Nightmare on Elm Street 4 vibes when I was looking at it. So I wonder if that was all on purpose or if I'm just noticing it because I've seen so much of this stuff. So anyways, rambled around a little bit on this one, but really boil it all down to one little thing right here is I can't recommend Hard Eyes enough. I really do want to go watch it again. I plan to watch it again if it stays on Netflix. It was much better, much gorier than I thought it would be, and I just truly enjoyed it. So with that said, let me get into the haiku, and then I will close out this episode. Whoa, I'm in a different location wearing different clothes. I decided to attach this quick review after watching the new Fear Street movie on Netflix. I enjoyed the other three, so I thought, why not give this one a shot? And I was pleasantly surprised. Is it breaking any new ground? Is it doing anything remarkably different? Is it going to revolutionize horror? No, not at all. Not by a long shot. But that's not a bad thing. Sometimes you just need a movie to stick to what works. And this movie sticks to the slasher movie formula to a perfect T. We've seen it time and time again. But like I said before, that's not a bad thing. This is a good movie to turn on and check out and let your brain sit for a bit. Nothing wrong with that in my mind. Nothing at all. We all need to let our brains rest from time to time. And spoilers. If you've gone this far into the episode, you know I said that at the start, but spoilers in case you haven't seen this movie. Okay, here we go. Some general thoughts. I like the idea behind this one, knocking off potential prom queens in order to make sure one of them lives and ultimately wins by default. Nice idea. Good killer motivation, and spoilers again. I didn't realize who the killer was until the reveal. And then it all made sense, and I like that they showed you that there were two killers. So after the first one was revealed, you kept wondering who the other one was. Wasn't a great mystery if you give it some thought, because if one family member is doing it, then the other is probably involved as well. I was right about that. I also didn't expect the other member of their family, their daughter, to be involved as well. Probably should have. I think I checked my brain out a little too much, so it didn't really want to work by the end of the movie. But this movie truly excels where slasher movies need to excel the most. Gore, kills, and killer. Gore was good enough for a gorehound. Plenty of red was spilled. Kills weren't all that original, but they were well done and extremely bloody at times. And the killer looked great in that red shiny slicker and that creepy mask. Like the look of the killer in this one. Very good stuff there. All in all, got Netflix, got an hour and a half. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Love or hate any of these movies? Comment below. Take care and have a good one.